Hey everybody. I just wanted to get on and share some personal stories with you guys. Just some of you have seen my growth as a mom, as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman over the last few months. My life has drastically changed. My line of work has drastically changed. And I get a lot of questions of, how did you do that? How are you staying at home? How are you supporting your family? What's going on? And a lot of different questions. And so I wanted to get on and just share the real with you guys. And not because I want someone to feel sorry for me, but because I know that when I was going through some of the things that I've gone through over the past couple of years, I didn't really feel like I had someone who was acknowledging the things I was going through. I didn't really feel like I had someone to relate to. I didn't really feel like I had someone to talk to. And I didn't really think that anyone really understood what I was going through. And in today's world, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it may be, we see this glowing spotlight of what's happening in everyone's life. And we don't really necessarily see the reality of it. And so I want to show you that. And I've really thought about whether I wanted to share this with everybody. But I've decided that if I can help someone grow or help someone in a tough place, then I'll be a little bit vulnerable for a minute. So for those of you who are new to my page, again, my name is Chelsea Atkins. I'm a 34-year-old wife, mother, Forex trader, and entrepreneur. I live in Toledo, Ohio. I have lived here a majority of my life. And for some people, they know, some of this stuff, and other people, they don't. So I'm going to break it down just a little bit. If you knew me 10 to 20 years ago and you asked me what my goals were, I would have said, I want to go to college. I want to be successful. I want to be the best at whatever I'm doing. And I want to make money. That was it. Having a family, having a house with a picket fence, having a husband, those things were not what I wanted to define me. And we'll touch on that another day. But 8 years ago, I met an amazing man who is now my husband. And my goals started to change then. I still wanted to be a successful businesswoman. I still wanted to be independent. I didn't want to have to rely on anyone for income or anything like that. I wanted to be able to have my own peace. And my husband was okay with that. And he cheered me on. And of course, he still wanted to be the breadwinner. He still wanted to take care of our family. And so we had to come to an agreement of what that was going to look like. And so at the time, we had a lot of goals for ourselves. We wanted to be able to buy a home. We wanted to be able to pay down some of our debt. We wanted to be able to build our credit. We wanted to be able to go on fabulous vacations. And so as we created this goal list together and we continued dating, and I met his kids and I fell in love with his kids, which made me fall in love with him even more, we got married. And I instantaneously became the mother of 3 amazing, smart, beautiful children who have embraced me from the moment that I met them. And the dynamic changed. I wanted to be more. I wanted to build more. I wanted to make life more for them. And then another thing changed. So we got married, and the conversation of, okay, so do we keep our family the same that it is, or do we grow our family? And for someone who did not have any biological children of their own, we went back and forth. And my husband always supported whatever decision I wanted to make. And at that point, I decided that, together we were going to grow our family. And so I got pregnant, and the world started changing for me, mentally, emotionally. You're going through all these hormones. You don't know what up is down is up. I was so sick my entire pregnancy. We were so short-staffed at work. I still showed up to work every day. I ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches underneath my teller window because we were so short-staffed. And the type of person that I am, I pour everything into anything that I do. So yes, I could have taken leave because I was so sick. I literally lost 75 pounds when I was pregnant because I was so sick. And so the further along in my pregnancy I got, the more and more that I decided and had my mindset on, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to be able to spend time with my kids. I don't want to miss her first walk. I don't want to miss her first words. I don't want to miss the first time she writes her name. I don't want my child to spend 40 to 50 hours a week with someone else. And at that time, we still had our other goals in place. We wanted to buy a house. We were still working on paying down debt. We were working on building a savings account. We wanted to build savings accounts for our kids, for college, for their first homes. We have 3 girls to pay for weddings. So at the time, no matter how sad I was, no matter how upset I was, no matter how hard I had my heart set on being a stay-at-home mom, it wasn't possible. Because I didn't know anything other than going to work, punching in, selling checking accounts and loans and savings accounts and CDs and credit cards and whatever. I didn't know any better. I was making great money. I was making great commission. And there was no way that I could fathom how I was going to replace my income so that I could do that, so that I could stay home. And so I continued working. I had my daughter. I was blessed to have a 12-week maternity leave with her. So I was with her first 3 months of her life. And I had postpartum depression. Bad, really bad. And a lot of people didn't know because I shut people out. I didn't talk about it. I sat at home and I cried. And I cried and I cried and I cried and I prayed and I begged God. I said, God, please, let me find a way. Let me stay home with my baby. Let me have those first moments with her. Let me experience those milestones. And those 12 weeks came and those 12 weeks went, and I went back to work. And I cried on my lunch break. I cried in the bathroom on my bathroom breaks. I cried in my car walking in. I cried in my car as soon as I got out. I cried a lot. I cried. And people would say, well, that's just not, that times have changed. Moms don't stay home with their babies anymore. Moms work. There's a lot of working moms. You're setting a great example for your kids by working, and everybody spun it in the most positive way that they could. And I'm thankful that they did. And I'm thankful that they poured themselves into me and tried to give me the ability to think positively. But as time went on, it never got easier. My job got harder. The pressure got more. Trying to balance work and home got harder. I was getting home at 6 o'clock, trying to get dinner on the table, trying to get her, spending an hour and a half with her before she needs to go to bed, to wake up in the morning and get her dressed and put breakfast on the table and get her in the car and get her to daycare or my mom's house or whoever was watching her for the day. And I found I was only spending 3 to 4 hours with her a day, a week, depending on what we had going on. I wasn't spending time with her. And it was hard. And so as that continued, as my work-life balance became more and more imbalanced, as I poured myself more into, okay, well, if I work really hard and I can get this commission this month, then I'm one step closer to this goal. Or if I do this, then I'm one step closer to that goal. Or if I do this. And so my husband, who is probably the hardest working person I've ever known in my life, he's always had multiple streams of income since I've known him. And not because he wants to have the newest Jordans or the best car on the market, because he wants to be able to set his family up for success and fulfill our dreams. My husband was introduced to an opportunity by my personal mentor, Guinevere Ramos. And it drastically changed our family. He was able to make enough income with that opportunity to allow me to cut back on the pressure that I had at work, the need to work myself into the ground, the need to work myself into the point where my anxiety and my depression were so bad that I couldn't even get out of bed. And that opportunity allowed us to buy a house, to pay down credit, to buy a car. It gave me the ability to be able to start realistically thinking about leaving my job. And here I am, I never thought that this was possible. My daughter was born almost 5 years ago. I never dreamed that I would be able to spend days with her without begging for a day off or planning vacation days around 10 other people. I never imagined that just because it's sunny outside, we could go to the zoo, or we could go on a bike ride, or we could go to the playground. Or if it's a rainy day and we need to get out of the house, we can go to Imagination Station, we can go to the aquarium, we can go to the library. Those things used to have to be planned. My time with her used to have to be planned. And that wasn't fair to her. So Forex was introduced into our family. And it took me a bit because I was skeptical. I was nervous. My husband's more of a dreamer than I am. And I finally took the time to sit and really watch what he was doing. And I started to learn the skill set too. And so in October, I was able to leave my job. I was able to start learning a skill set. I was able to invest in myself, into my growth, into my own goals. Not corporate America's goals, not a sales goal put in place by someone else. not someone else's dream or vision for me. A vision that my husband and I sat down together and created for ourselves. I was able to do that. So for those of you out there who have dreams, who have goals, and you don't think that they're achievable because of where you are right now, they are. Sometimes you have to look outside of the box. You don't have to force yourself to go to work in a traditional work setting. You don't have to force yourself to go to college to be successful. Success is defined by the amount of energy that you're able to put into yourself and put into your own growth. I'm here. And maybe this opportunity isn't for all of you. And I understand that it's not. And for those of you who want to say, well, how much does it cost? Or what's the catch? Or is this real? I'll tell you. I'm doing it. I'm living it. I'm living proof that it's real. My team is living proof that it's real. We're here to help you. I'm here to help you. And yes, there's a cost for everything. You pay to go to college. You pay to go to driving school to get your driver's license. If you want to go to a better, high school, you pay to go to a private school. You pay to go to culinary school. You pay to, learn. Maybe you're an apprentice in a local union or something like that. Your pay, you're not even making enough to survive, barely. So yes, there's a cost to everything. But there's also that idea of investing in yourself and investing in your goals and investing in the things that you want. And that's it. It's not a scam. It's a reality that hasn't been shared and that you're uncomfortable with. But I'm here. When you're ready, I'm here. And I'm not here to sell you a dream. I'm here to show you an opportunity and teach you a skill set that can open up a means to your goals that you've set for yourself. So for those of you that have stuck through this with me, I appreciate you. I hope you're safe. I hope you're doing well. I'm praying for you. And I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.